If you guys don't know, toxic masculinity is this idea that you have to live up to be a true man. They see anything feminine as a threat to their masculinity, and they've been taught from a young age that they have to be aggressive, competitive, strong, and that's what makes them a man. Oh, man up. Boys, don't cry. Grow up. The reason I want to talk about this today is due to mental health. If you guys saw my Instagram, you would have seen that sadly just the other day, a boy lost his fight to depression. He was suffering alone, and he won't be the only one. Men have been brought up to think that they have to keep their emotions in check so they aren't seen as weak. These roles to protect, to provide for their family. And how can they do that if they mentally drain themselves and they can't get out of bed? They have to pretend.
What do you do on those days that you don't feel that confident or fearless or powerful like you did out there?
Pretend.
They feel that they can't tell other men about how they feel because all they'll get told is to man up or get over it. That being this way makes you weak, that it's not a true representative of being a man, that you're being feminine because you're actually crying. This is the things that you get told when you talk to another man about how you feel. Although we as women say that men can speak to us about how they feel, show their emotions, show how gentle they actually are, it isn't all women. I've heard a girl once say that her biggest ick is when a man is too emotional. So it's okay for women to be emotional, but if a man is too emotional, you don't want to be with him? Why is it that men have to live up to that strength, that power of being totally emotionally detached from worldly things for them to be a man and for you to want to like them? Some women are stigmatizing the problem. It's not just men. And this needs to start changing. Too many men are suffering alone because of their inability to actually speak to someone to actually listen to what they have to say rather than pushing them to a side and calling them weak. Telling them to become a man. They are men. We are women. We have emotions. Everyone suffers their own battles. Why does one gender get to speak out about theirs and the other one has to hold it in because it's not who they are? It's easy for everyone to say that in this patriarchal world, men have the most privileges. But when it actually comes to mental illnesses, women definitely have more of a chance to speak to someone, to seek help. Men don't have that privilege. Men in this society, it's a society problem. It's where men can't be heard, can't be listened to, have to just get pushed to the side. And it's how they think themselves, how they think that they can't speak to someone because they want to seem manly. Now, of course, I said that men have less of a privilege when it comes to speaking up about their mental illnesses. But one factor about both genders, men and women, is the fact that if you did speak out, there's a high chance that you're going to get told that you're attention seeking. And this is disgusting. This is where our society goes wrong. We stigmatize mental illnesses, but then cry when they actually do something about their problems. I'm so sick of hearing that people are attention seeking when they speak out about how they think, how they're battling with their emotions. This man I mentioned earlier who lost his battle made an Instagram post before he left to speak about what he went through, the battles he's really been through, how long he's been going for it. He put the helpline up. He told other people to not do the same thing that he did, to actually call the helpline, seek guidance, just have someone to talk to. And that man got called attention seeking in his comments. That man, whilst he's going through his roughest period, got told that he was an attention seeker for putting it on social media, when that's not how I see it. I see that as being his cry for help, being his last thread of hope, hoping that someone would find him before it was too late. That one last sense of hope that maybe there is still a chance that someone could find him. Instead, he got questioned why he put it publicly and for everyone to see. Clearly, he's asking for attention. And sadly, this is what happens when you actually talk to someone about the battles that you're facing. You get called out for attention seeking. It's not everyone. Not everyone thinks they're attention seekers, but there's people out there that will say that things. You physically can't win. When we keep it to ourselves and eventually lose the battle, we get asked why we've not spoken to someone. When we speak to someone, we get asked why we are seeking attention. Change this mindset. And lastly, there's cultural problems to it. Not all cultures can understand mental illnesses. Some cultures just don't get it. They think it's in the mind. They think it's a switch that you can be like, oh, I woke up a bit sad today. You know what? Oops. Let's change it up and let's be happy again. A lot of cultures, especially Asian cultures, think mental health isn't real. Think that mental illnesses is not a real thing. And only now it's starting to evolve, the more mental awareness is coming out there. And that's how it should be. The culture can also be a problem in how someone takes to talk about their battles. And this is why a lot of people are so scared to reach out, because they think that if they spoke to their parents or spoke to someone else in their culture, that maybe the culture will shun them for who they are, or just be like, get over it and move them out of the way. It's almost like a taboo to suffer from mental health, as it's not understood. Suicide from mental health can be prevented if we all just stuck to having an open mind. If we didn't believe that men have to be a certain way, that they have to act differently to how women act, that they have to be brave and strong and powerful all the time. If we stopped calling people out for attention seeking when they want to reach out, when they want some hope and they want someone to help them, maybe it would be prevented a lot more. If cultures educated themselves a bit more and decided that, yeah, it's actually true, mental health is a real thing, maybe it would be prevented a lot more. It's okay to talk to someone.